Hello and thank you for joining me today. Today we are playing some Dimir Rogues. Probably on the first glance it looks a whole lot like Blue Fairies, and that's actually true. We play the Barrow Intruders, 4 Fairy Miscreants, both of the Ninjas, of course the Spellstarter Sprite, and 4 of One Mind. But what we are trying to do today is play a rogue package to splash for Morsel Theft. If we pay for the prowl cost, target player loses 3 life and we gain 3 life and we draw a card, which is a deal for 2 mana. Since we are splashing black using the landscapes and the swamps, we are actually playing Snuff Out as well, which is one of the best removal spells in today's metagame, right? Well, what changes we needed to make this deck work is to play 4 Slither Blades, which is a Snake Rogue which cannot be blocked, which is actually quite awesome with the ninjas as well, and it can easily deal the damage to proc the Theft, and 3 Triton Shore Stalkers. This is a Merfolk, it's the same as the Slither Blade, but it's a 1-1, so we play only a 3 of them. We play 19 lands, and we actually have a lot of card draw here, so I'm really curious how this deck will perform if the splash is something we can afford to do. The sideboard is very standard. We play 4 Annual, 2 Bindy Monster, 4 Blue Elemental Blasts against red decks, 2 Unable to Scream. I went on a split between these two because there are a lot of Packdoll Terrors today after the Pauper win of Garden deck with the Terror, of course, and this card shuts it down pretty well, I would say. We have 1 more Snuff Out and 2 Relics against graveyard decks. Let's see how this deck works. Let's go. Okay, we see double island, no creatures to play, but we have the spell starter and we are playing a second. That's not so great. Yeah, I think we are mulliganing this. Here's the miscreant at least. I mean, it's not the best, but let's try to keep it. I put an island in the bottom. A braided bluffs could be synthesizer. Here's a sprite that's really good. Let's play the miscreant. Skyfisher, okay, so yeah, they really wanna block us, it seems like. Really badly. They think we are playing fairies, which we kinda are. But not necessarily. Alright, let's hold this spell starter here. How many lands do I have? We have a whole 19, which is 1 more than fairies usually play. So we should be actually good on lands, and we are so far. They won't attack. Because, yeah, they wanna block. End step. We could flash in the sprite, I don't see a reason for it though. Here's the landscape. Okay, that's good. We can get the swamp on demand now. That's real nice. And we can start getting in. That's actually good, this one. This one is really good for us here. We will also maybe use Morsel Theft next turn. This is looking quite nice. No attacks. Second main, alright. So this finds a swamp. We have Snuff Out ready. Morsel Theft for next turn. We have also Spell Stutter. That's kind of nice. Wait, they will add 2. Play Lambus. We don't... They want to find the land, so we don't like that. Spell Stutter. Yeah. They play a Rustwale Bridge. Okay, I guess they won't attack. And we will do exactly what we wanted. So we will crack this for a swamp. And we will snuff out their Skyfisher here. And now it's looking... Oh yeah, Slither Blade. Well, we don't have a human creature, but that's fine, I think. Let's go to combat first. So we will play the Morsel Theft. Another Slither Blade, that's pretty good. I guess we can play both of them. We have Off One Mind ready. We can even cast it for 3 if necessary. No ninjas to be seen though. Yeah, this is the Boros Synth, probably. Unless they play Mardu and play black, but I don't think that's the case here. They could of course have something like End the Festivities here, which would hurt a little bit. Yeah, they just scoop. Don't even want a sideboard. They just FF, okay. You know what? I don't mind this hand. The swamp is a little bit weird, of course, but I don't mind it. Let's keep. Oh, an ancient then. Interesting. Okay. Contaminate the landscape, right. Let's hit them with the Slither Blade first. They're Azorius. Lumbus, okay. Interesting. They end the turn and we draw an island. That's actually quite awesome. So what we'll do first is we will attack with the Slither Blade. And if we draw 2, okay, how many cards do we have in hand? 7? Yeah. So what we'll do here is we'll play double island. Oh, I misplayed hard here. You guys didn't see that. I misplayed very hard here. I forgot to ninjutsu. I thought I had another line, but I haven't. Let's go against them again. This is a pretty good hand, I would say, yeah. Let's keep. So they begin the game with 6 again. Oh, they are 3 colors, it means. They play the... Okay. And step right. Okay, we have the Sprite, that's pretty awesome. Let's play the Miscreant. Okay, so they have 2 colors. Playing a Wellspring, cool. We find a Morsel Theft, that's kinda nice. So we could play it slow here and wait for the spell starter. And I think I'm kind of for that, waiting for the spell starter. I think that's the play here instead of rushing the ninjas. Of course we could, but I think I will wait for the spell starter here. Let's attack. It's kind of important to know like where to hold back and where to push. We could of course play small ninja and play the miscreant, or play the big ninja. I'm afraid of Tiding Blade or things like that, so I think I will wait for the spell starter here, yeah. Hopefully counter something that costs 2 or less. Wellspring is an awesome target here, so let's do that. Yeah, awesome. Now we have a much better position. Oh, he's a refurb, okay. I guess discard a small ninja here. This is another card that may get banned. It's absolutely strong, so we'll see. A miscreant is great, so we actually don't care what they block here. We could ensure the card though with the miscreant first, and I think we are gonna do that first, yeah. Brimeborough is is an unbelievable draw here. So let's go. Provided they will even block. I'm not sure if they will. They block this, yeah. But sadly we have the Brimeborough here to completely blow them out, right? Very strong card. Okay. And with that being said, we will also cast a small ninja here on the miscreant. We will draw a card from this, yeah. Here's the landscape, that's great for next turn, and yeah, that's it. This is a very nice draw here. Hopefully no suffocating fumes, but we'll see. They Tiding Blade us. It's tough what to actually sacrifice here. I think it's the Brimeborough. We have a human here and here, so that's not a problem. Glinthawk. Yeah, so it's Glint Blade. What they returning? The blade? Yeah, okay. No problem. Of course, Glinthawk pretty good against us, right? Ooh, here's the spell stutter. That's actually kinda nice. That's actually very nice. So we could do multiple things here. I think we will offer the trade with the ninja first, right? We could like brute force it in, but I don't think that's really the play here. Let's offer a trade with the ninja first. They block. Awesome. We don't care about that necessarily, so it dies. Let's play a miscreant. Triggers. We draw. Another landscape. Okay. Let's play the landscape. And their turn. They have the blade still. But they have the sprite, of course. Yeah, they play the blade probably. Nope. Mirror Enforcer. Well, that's definitely true. Very artifact heavy, it seems like. We will crack this for the swamp, so we have ready for the theft. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So let's attack here with everything. Guess we flip the sprite with the ninja, and we'll see what we draw here. An island, is that good? Well, yeah, I think so. So this means we can actually play a Triton here plus the spell stutter. We have 3 fairies with the spell stutter, so the Morsel Theft can be procced later, even. Okay, Razor Tide Bridge. They splash. They are Esper. Interesting. Esper Blade. Or Esper Affinity, I guess. Cast down. Oh no, you know we have it. Yeah. Combat. I think they will attack. No? Okay. Yeah, they wanna block the ninja, yeah. Here's another Morsel Theft. That's pretty good. We will cast on the one though. Let's attack with everything that flies right now. Like this. And we will cast the first Morsel Theft, targeting them. We find an island. I think we are still playing the landscape, holding the sprite. And we will crack this on the end of turn. So we have the Morsel Theft number 2 ready here. 4 mana for Arms of Hadar. I think you're not gonna be happy about this. But Arms of Hadar obviously very strong against us. Completely turns the tide of the game if it goes through, but yeah. Yeah, that's game 1. Of course, Hadar is very strong against us. We can play Bind the Monster instead of Snuff Out. Let's play that for... Let's take out the Snuff Outs for Bind. Moreover, the Annul seems very attractive too. Snap doesn't seem very good in this matchup at all. But Annuls really do. And the fourth one... I guess the Shore Stalker maybe? Yeah, the Shore Stalker. Let's go. Simple sideboard right there. So I'm curious why they play Esper. I guess it's because Thoughtcast, right? That's a good hand. Let's keep. They play a Mistwall Bridge, alright. Let's open with a Slitherblade here. In case they have Refurbished Familiar, so we can attack anyway, successfully. Planes. Could be a Blade. It's a Wellspring, alright. Wow, that's a lot of Slitherblades. In any case, let's prepare for some Tiding Blade action from their side. So let's attack with the Slitherblade. And pay 1 for a Moon Circuit Hacker. Hit them for 2. Draw a card, yeah. Here's a Miscreant, that's awesome for maybe like next turn or something. Let's play a second Blade. And it's their turn again. They play a Razor Tide Bridge tapped, alright. I'm of course a little scared about... Okay, here's a Refurb. We will discard a Slitherblade here. Ooh, okay. That's pretty nasty. They return the Refurb, alright. I'm not mad about that. Wow, it's a lot of Miscreants here. Let's attack first with both. And see what they do. If they block or not. They block, okay. We could flip it, but I think I'm for playing 2 Miscreants. That's better in my opinion. Let's play a Miscreant number 1. And Miscreant number 2. Hopefully a land, if not unlucky, but happens. Oh, here's the land, that's amazing. So, they could have Arms of Hadar here. So, we'll play Fairy Miscreant to actually draw a card. Actually, yeah, to draw a card of that, so we are less behind if they actually have it. That's also a great draw against their Refurb. So I'm expecting Arms of Hadar here. It's not Arms, definitely, it's a Blood Fountain first. Wellspring, alright, that's a lot of setup here. They find land. They don't. Okay, that's pretty good for us, I would say then. We have Annul also, that's very important. Yeah, let's attack with everything here. We will Ninja, bouncing the Miscreant. Draw. Yeah. Another Ninja, okay. We could Slitherblade or Miscreant to draw, but I think I will hold up Annul. I think that's a little better here. If they Arms, we have Brine Barrow as a backup. It's pretty good. Refurb. Do we want to deal with Refurb? I think we annul that, yeah. We don't want to discard a card anymore. Another, okay, it's a lot. And a Mirror Enforcer, okay. That slows us down a little bit, I suppose. Ooh, Spellstutter is very nice, okay. We could flip another Ninja, but I kinda don't like that here. Let's attack with all 3 fairies. Let's play a Miscreant, drawing a card. Good thing is Spellstutter Sprite now counters even Arms of Hadar, which is pretty huge. Here's an island, awesome draw. So how scared are we here? We have 1, 2, 3. I guess no need to overextend, right? Let's do it like this. Let's see what they have here. 1, 2, 4. A dispute. Do we care about this? I think we kinda do. Obviously, it could be Arms of Hadar, and then it's pretty tough. Do we allow the dispute? I don't think we do, yeah, let's spell stutter that. Might be a mistake, but the dispute too strong. We need to counter that. Play a bridge, okay. Dot cast, maybe? BF, okay. Combat step. And I guess we are casting the intruder here. We don't really want to hold back. We just want to like push damage as much as possible. Ooh, here's Bind the Monster. That's a big draw. Big draw. Let's try that before combat. They may have the Rebuke. I don't know. If they have, that's fine. And we can attack with absolutely everything. Actually, 4, 6. Yeah, we're 1 off here. If we draw a Swamp, it's GG. Wait, we aren't with Ninja, right? Okay, let's flip a Ninja. Pay 2. Return a Spell Stutter. GG. Awesome. Okay, so this was like an Esper Affinity. Actually a cool deck, but we had the really good draws. They had some suspicious draws, so hey.